The majesty that was night 1 of Mania. The crap that was night 2. And the utter turd that was the Raw after Mania. Today on Wrestle Fandom Radio. Welcome, one and all. It's Garrett, it's Todd, no Joe, but it's still Wrestle Fandom Radio, brought to you by Seasonal Sports, by UWE, and by 16 Stone Brewpub. I almost stepped over that word, but I didn't.
You survived it.
I did.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Especially in the morning.
Well,
it's still early for me. So
I've been up since like 5.
I know, right? There's no cutting around it. Everyone knows what day it is. Everyone knows what days just happened. There's other stuff to talk about in the world of wrestling, but obviously we need to get down to it. We need to talk about WrestleMania and what happened
on Raw,
during, after, and all that.
I don't know, man. Like you said at the beginning, the first night, hands down, was the best.
Night 1.
Period.
Was the best pay-per-view WWE has put out in as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
It was, dare I say, perfect.
It pretty much was. There was a lot of unexpected stuff. There was a lot of stuff that didn't get leaked, which anymore it seems like everything does. But like that whole Rey Mysterio entrance, you know, first of all, with Snoop is just awesome. And the Lowrider was awesome.
Yeah.
Playing Eddie's music was awesome.
I thought they were going to go the other way. I thought he was going to come out Viva La Raza. You know? I didn't know he was going to come out, you know, like with the cops bringing him out and the handcuffs and all that. You know, like they're really steering hard into that.
Yeah, they kind of steered into it, and they're just doing circles, and it's like, you know, I'm hoping, I don't know.
I would have gone more into I would have steered more into I wish Eddie was my son, and then like gone the full Eddie rip-off route. You know what I mean? The Latino heat.
Yes.
He should have been doing all that. You know, I did hard time. It's all, it's funny it's more funny as a joke. Like if he was a joke bad guy, if he was the Miz, if the Miz was pulling this, it'd be fantastic.
Be perfect, yes.
It would be perfect. It'd be hilarious. It'd be great. He could do that. Dom trying to use the whole hard time thing as a real like bad guy gimmick is just terrible. If he wanted real heat, he should have turned steered straight into the I wish Eddie was and everything about it.
And that would have made
his entire moveset, the hair, the absolute everything, just everything Eddie.
Yeah, the criminal thing. And it doesn't, I mean, not that Damian and Rhea and Finn have like defined characters, I guess, if you will. There's not like but they all come off as kind of like dark, like, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then there's Dom.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, oh, I'm a hardened criminal. And it's like, but that doesn't even fit. Like the rest of their person, it just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't fit him. It doesn't fit the group.
If he was brashly acting like Eddie right now, it fit.
Yeah,
it would fit. He doesn't have more. It'd be like, kid, go back and watch everything that Uncle Eddie did, and then and do exactly that now.
Yeah,
yes, you're copying it, and that's the point. You're gonna garner heat from doing that, and that's just what they should be doing.
But I guess the other question is, and maybe this is why they didn't really steer towards it, is what kind of shit show would it have been with Vicky? Would she have embraced it? Would she have been, would they have been, and I wonder if that's one of the reasons why they haven't gone down that road, because that road makes sense.
Maybe.
But with her not being in the company, blah, 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 would she take it as an insult? Would she take it as flat, how would she take it? Then are they going to deal with a lawsuit? Are they going to say that copyright or whatever infringement, Is
she going to demand to be brought back in?
Exactly.
To pull in the paycheck, because she's not exactly working with AEW anymore. You know what I mean? Which...
We're not even going to go down the AEW road.
Well, the problem was they brought in too many people right off the bat. WCW.
And now, from what I'm going to guess, one of two things is going to happen, then we'll get right back to WrestleMania. A, there's going to be a lot of wrestlers that are like, I want to get out of here now. And we'll discuss more on why. Or we'll see what we saw over the past few years. All of a sudden on Facebook, on, whatever, 15 wrestlers have been released from the WWE. 30, he's going to start in again. I guarantee a lot of the people that he fired that Triple H brought back, you're either going to see get buried, you're going to see have stupid gimmicks like that thing I put in the chat the other day about, LA Knight turning back into Max Dupree. Mm-hmm. You're going to see that company turn around. But that's, that's my kind of guess is one of those two things. So AEW might be getting a crap ton more, right. if the pattern of Vince shows up again,
right?
We're gonna see him just tossing people again left and right.
Yeah, what's his name? Cross wasn't even anywhere to be seen anywhere on Mania, and it's like maybe he should have had the match against Lashley, or maybe Lashley could have came out and then LA Knight comes out. And then Cross comes out. And then they have just an impromptu three-way awesome battle that no one thought was going to happen. And they're going to see these three guys who happen to have nothing going on have something amazing happen.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It should have been it could have been great.
But let's get back to night one. I don't remember even the card.
The men's...
I remember...
The men's showcase was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was cool. Could have been better. Could have been a million times worse, but it was still great. Still a good match.
Yes. And it was cool that they started it off with Cena and Austin.
Yes, that was
I thought it was really neat that they started that. Obviously it's...
happened exactly how we knew it was going to happen.
But
there wasn't any way a part-timer is going to come in and win the U.S. title when they're pushing both of the mid-card titles higher right now.
But if you recall, The Rock came back as a part-timer and won the whatever title at that point in time.
WWE Championship?
Yeah. And he only did so. And that's the thing, because if I recall correctly, which it was just a crazy long weekend, and that scared the crap out of me.
Mail?
Damn you, mailman. Did he win dirty?
Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder, did they set up something? Because to be honest with you, to have a program with those two for a short period of time would be kind of neat to see. Right. I thought they worked well together in the ring. I thought they kind of did everything perfectly.
With the exception of the fact that he's a heel right now, Austin Theory will become Cena level.
Yeah.
I have zero doubt in my mind. That dude is a future head mainlining star of WWE.
Oh, yeah.
The writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
It's not like, sure, like Vince was right, but you can't shove it down people's throats. It has to happen organically. So once Vince left and then he was thrown to the wolves and then he started the whole I don't care, I will do everything that I was on board. They pulled it over on me. Like, I didn't care, then I did.
Yeah.
They did it.
And we've been
good job.
We've been completely addressing him by his wrong name.
What?
Vince.
Oh. So
Vincenzo.
Yeah, so
if you haven't seen
you haven't seen the pictures of Vince with the jet black hair and just the lower upper lip tiny mustache, in our group chat, they shared a picture. They're like, "What's up with Vince?" I was like, "That's not Vince. That's Vincenzo McMoney." Like, he looks like an Italian supervillain.
Yeah,
He's not.
Does.
He's or wannabe Italian supervillain, I should say. So it's crazy. So the match, between them is still good. Obviously, Cena isn't big match John anymore.
No.
Cena, there's nothing wrong with that.
Cena isn't even Big John anymore.
Yeah,
if you notice, that dude. But again, obviously for movie roles,
you can't maintain the size he was. He was humongous.
Yeah, but Dwayne does it though. That dude is bigger than Cena.
Yeah, but he's
a little more whatever with his regiment.
I don't think John takes what he used to take either.
No. Well, and I'm assuming for movie roles and stuff, there's probably a lot of them that are like, we don't need you the size of a house. Like, we don't need you to be able to stop a freight train.
Well, he also said
doing a movie role.
He also said it in one of his things is he slimmed down so he could up his mobility.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Because especially with age, it was only going to get harder to move around. I mean, look at the size. He was so big.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was so big. He was huge.
I was hoping that vein would go away, but it's just still like
saying hello to you all.
Oh yeah. So that was a great match.
It was still a good match. Obviously, it happened. We knew. So he retained.
The Rhea Charlotte match. I don't know now if you've read more about the main. Well, I guess she was going to have the title dropped regardless, but now, I guess Charlotte over the weekend told them, "Oh, I'm taking some time off."
Did she just take time off?
She was out with injury from May until December,
right?
And then came back, and this is again why I don't like her. She was out, and I understand injury is beyond anybody's control. She was out from May to December, comes back, gets the title back. They had planned on dropping it before she, told them whatever. Mm-hmm. But then still, all of a sudden, so you're back for 3 months, and you're like, all right, I'm taking some time off. See you later. It's so when you come back, you don't deserve a title shot for a year and a half.
No, but
you don't deserve that.
No,
crap.
But that could be what garners her back into the role. Oh, she comes back and she either tries to play the I'm the queen, give me my shot, I'm the 14-time champion, or I know I was gone for a while. It depends on if she comes back heel or face, because then she gets to play the I will earn my way back to that, and then she beats person after person after person until
I'm good with that.
She is there with whoever happens to be the champ and takes them out. It's absolutely Rhea's time. 100%.
And I hope they don't shaft her. I hope that 100%. She holds it for a while, and they don't do something stupid.
They need to shake up. She won SmackDowns, right?
Yes, because Bianca's
Raw.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that Bianca just went Mania to Mania. I think that's cool. But she needs a better storyline with other stuff, because she is going to hit the point of being stale. I know you think it's already gotten stale. I think the Mania to Mania is cool, but she either needs a massive shakeup of it, something else needs to happen, a lot of big storyline wise. She doesn't really carry any storylines. It's just who's the next match.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work a couple of matches and then we'll go there. They're not having her carry really any type of storyline, anything. Which I feel like she could handle that. I don't see why she couldn't handle that. Again, there isn't a better female athlete than her.
Right.
There are much better wrestlers than her, and Rhea being one of them. Rhea and probably Raquel being like, and Bianca being like the three strongest females. Well, what's her name too? Tamina, probably.
What is she? Does she exist anymore?
I don't know. Tamina's so like she's like the only one that actually kind of scares me.
That's what China used to do for me.
See,
amazing performer,
pop your head off,
amazing
you know
person,
what I mean?
but she scared the crap out of me.
Right. So, like we said, the men's showcase was who won that? Oh, it was Street Profits.
Yes,
Street Profits won.
Yep.
And a cool move too. I like that. I like how they won that. That was a cool move.
Yeah, I like them. They've grown on me. I like them a lot. I think they're a very good tag team. Within
a year, so if they split the tag team championships, that should be one of the teams that gets it. If they decide to go singles, they should get mid-cards within a few months.
Yeah.
They should get mid-card titles, both of them, on respective shows. I don't care who gets what. If I had a choice, Ford would get IC, and Dawkins would get the U.S. title.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But we'll see. But they're still a great tag team. It kind of sucks that both of the belts are held up on one team. We'll get to that. In a few. What else was there?
Logan and Rollins.
Oh, great! I don't even care.
No.
That was
First
fantastic.
of all, that entrance that was just stupid. The zip line crap, like
it was heat. It was pure heat.
It was just like, man.
It was. That's exactly what it's for. It was all heat.
Let us do something that killed a person back in the day.
Yeah.
It
was pure heat. It was great. It was fantastic. Comes out with a prime bottle. At first, I thought it was the brother. Thought it was Jake.
Yeah.
Jake, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Thought it was Jake. Apparently, it's some other guy I've never heard. I don't think I've ever heard of KSI.
Like that, yeah.
But I don't care. The match was great. Yeah. It was fantastic. And then the swerve of he's chugging the drink and he doesn't look and he goes to jump right from that and he pulls KSI onto the table. And he frog splashes him. Great.
Oh yeah.
Great moment. And he laid there. That kid laid there for the rest of he did his job. Took a killer frog splash and just laid there like a champ. Hopefully he wasn't actually injured. and he was just selling correctly.
Yeah.
But that was great. And then what else?
Damage Control and those other three that night. Bailey or Becky and Lita.
Oh, Becky and Lita. Yeah. It was all right. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. They all still can do it.
Yeah.
There was matches I kind of floated in and out of.
Right.
After a bit, you're just like, okay,
Yeah. Damage Control seems to be getting better and better as time goes on.
Yes.
It is more of a better unit.
Yeah.
I love Bailey. I think Bailey should.
I think she's great.
On top, easily. She's. If they want Damage Control to retake everything, she should get back into the championship spotlight.
Yeah.
She should be the one that takes it, and then they should have all three belts. At that point, if they want Damage Control to be on top, so then we had the SmackDown Women's, right? Which that was the Rhea Charlotte match, right? So again, fantastic match.
Yes.
Those two are killer. They're absolutely ridiculous.
No. Hold on, I'm just rereading something. It was the Street Profits that won that, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I remember because I remember the finisher. Like he went to go splash on him and he caught him on his knees and then held him and then Ford because Ford can jump like 18 feet in the air off the top ropes, which is just insane. And he splashed them, and then they won. So
I do have to say, though, and it is weird, and I've kind of gotten used to it, and I'm okay with it, is Braun and Ricochet, that team, I enjoy it. Like, Braun came back, and I think everybody thought they were going to do a lot of different things with him. But I think they've gone in a good direction because, like, they work well together. They didn't really have anything planned, so it's kind of one of those things where, like, I don't feel like people are upset about it, Like, I think people are like, hey, it's a different type of tag team.
Right.
And they do seem to be working, well together, which is kind of nice to see. But
he literally, like, I don't know, because I haven't seen, like, too much of them together, but he literally needs to be picking up Ricochet and throwing him at people.
He did the one...
he needs to just take him and throw him at people.
They did the one thing that, like, Alexa did. At one point when her and Braun were like a team, like it wasn't a WrestleMania, but at one point in time, like Ricochet like got up on his shoulders and then like did his finisher like off of like Braun, like his shoulders. Which again, Alexa did that as well. But yes, so yes, he's a small dude. Yeah, Braun should be able just to like huck him and just be like, you go, dude. Like,
like they're come running, he just grabs him and throws him, and he he does like the cross body onto them. But Charlotte and Rhea, obviously, it's like we knew it was going to be a banger. It's those two.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can be said about it? It's Rhea's time. It's obvious. If they were to go a unified title women's route again, or another 2-belt champ, it'd have to be Rhea.
Yeah,
I think it would absolutely be Rhea. There's no, I don't want to hear anything about it. Oh, like they picked her because of this, or they picked her because of that. No, she's bigger. She's bigger. She's probably stronger
for it.
She's bigger. She's probably stronger, and she's scarier. I was in the good way.
I was loving the pictures from the Hall of Fame where she had Dom on one side and what's his face, buddy there on the other side.
Yeah,
I'm like, and I know that they all know it's a storyline, but it's still like, for him, how weird is that? Yeah. Like to be like, this is my girlfriend, but she's pretending to be this dude.
It's weird.
Well.
So then let's just get into it.
Sunday?
No. The tag match.
Oh, the tag match, yes.
The tag team championship match.
That was, we all pretty much knew the way.
A year-long storyline, which in our heads, if you were to be like, no, it's not this year-long storyline that also had to do with Roman, it's not going to culminate in a singles championship match. It's going to culminate in a tag team match. It feels like you're being handed scraps.
Yeah.
Normally. Because of how tag team wrestling got treated over, let's say, the past 15 years. Maybe longer. Maybe even almost 20 years. But with the unification of the titles, or the current double holding of the titles, a new precedence has been put on them. And especially when you put it into the bloodline, and that's where 90% of all the story in WWE even was in that. And then the fact that it's all the players that were in there. It was Jimmy and Jay, and it was KO and Sammy.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was the right amount of false finishes. It didn't
get overbearing.
It didn't go into too many, because it was just like, okay, they just hit him with the 1D. That's it. And no, Sammy pops up and literally like he's just like shaking his head like, Michael Cole. I know a lot of people crap on Michael Cole, but he says he gets some of the names of people mixed up, or the names of moves mixed up every now and then. But a lot of it comes from like the excitement he's throwing into it. So I don't even care. Michael Cole's amazing. You know what I mean? And if Joe was here, he'd be like, yeah, because you look like him. That's why you're saying it. Shut up, Joe. Okay? Shut up.
In a parallel universe, we're doing the show and Joe's there talking crap.
He's great, and he absolutely becomes part of big matches when he does stuff like that. And this match was, in my opinion, it's the greatest tag team match I've ever seen in my life. I don't care. I've never seen a better single, like two tag teams against each other, because obviously you could say the greatest tag team match of all time is the three-way between the ladder match with like we're not getting into that. I'm saying that
I know what you mean.
that's a triple threat tag match with a gimmick match. I'm saying a straight on tag team match. This was the greatest tag team match I've ever seen in my life, and I would be hard pressed to find one that's better. It was great. It was all the things that kept happening, and Sammy gets back up onto the rope, and he's all flustered, and he's waiting for the tag, and KO tags him in, and he gets in, and Jay like stands up into the corner, and he just looks at him, and you knew that's it.
Yep.
This is it. It's about to end. They're not gonna stop it. The nothing's gonna stop it. Like Jimmy's gonna try and come back in, and it's not gonna matter. And that's exactly what happened. He hit him with 3 haluva kicks. Jimmy tried to come in, got stunned right back out of the ring. And that was it. And now like these guys who haven't held tag team gold are holding both titles, and then it means more, and because it's both tag team titles, and they dethrone these guys who have had, I think they were both champs for 600 and something days, right?
Yeah.
But they had one of them for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So one of them they had longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot.
So they held one. It was like for almost like it either was or it's almost 2 years. But they were the combined tag champs for like 600 and something days. So like, it was great. It was the best.
Yeah,
I watched it I watched it that night. But Lincoln had fallen asleep, so I was like, "Did you want to watch the tag match? Because it was a really good match." He goes, "Yeah." So we went back and I watched it the next day. My heart was racing the same amount. Like I knew exactly what was going to happen. My heart was still racing the same amount. Well, I was like, this is the best match.
As rare as it happens, because in my opinion it rarely happens. People that deserved it won it.
Yeah,
like Rhea. She deserved it. Yeah. She won it.
They gave us what we. Here's the thing. Even with stuff that happened on night 2. Hold on though. We still got what we needed. Mm-hmm. Now let me go into that. I've never been a huge Gunther fan.
We did forget one match in the first night.
What?
The great Pat McAfee coming back. I love Pat. I truly do. I love his
I'm not anything about him. It's just the impromptu match with The Miz, and yeah,
I thought it was good. I like him. He's just in it. I'm sad that like there have been reports that he's not going to be back on commentary for a long time or whatever, because he did add something. Him and Cole were great together.
They were.
They worked off well. I like that he would also get in the ring because he does have abilities that he's not a small guy.
Right.
So for him doing like those flips and whatnot, like off of the top rope and landing them without like.
Right. Or last Mania when he got stunned.
Dude,
and he was like, then he laying there, just drinking the thing,
things like that,
handshaking. That was a great shot. And he made that shot. He sold that shot. Like most people would just lay there. No, he made it even funnier by taking one of the beers that he had and then still drinking it,
out,
but being half out of it. It's great. He's great. I'm not saying anything negative about him. I just, obviously. Whatever he's doing is taking precedence over whatever he's got going on.
But yeah, circling back.
Okay.
Night 2. Yeah, that I'm.
So I know there's. First off, I thought the women's showcase was terrible.
Yes, it was absolutely.
It just was. I'm sorry. It just it looked it was super spotty. Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh, we forgot to do this spot. Let's go back. I'm not trying to crap on him. Don't come at me about like this whole women thing. It's not, because most of those women that are in that match are phenomenal. I personally think that before she's done, Natty should have like a year-long like maniacal run as a champ and be just like utterly unstoppable. Like, she just doesn't care, and she just puts everybody in a sharpshooter. And the double sharpshooter was awesome.
That was good. Yeah, I will agree.
Double sharpshooter was great, because she's tried to pull that before, but it seemed like it was with the wrong people. She had the right two people that she had enough space, because she's small.
Yeah.
Natty is not big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she had the right people with like the skinny enough legs to pull that move off to give it to them. So, What's her name retains? Bianca retains. She goes Mania to Mania.
Asuka.
Pretty cool.
The one thing, and this happened afterwards, that kind of irritated me, and I said it in the group chat, and I'll say it again, is titles are earned. They're not, like, taken by somebody. Somebody can't say. So somebody was like in the media thing.
It's a little different in wrestling, though. It's a little different, because like nobody would have called Triple H the Game if he wasn't like, I am the Game. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little different in wrestling.
But there's already people that had the two things that she's claiming now. There was Mr. WrestleMania,
right,
and the streak.
Right.
Now she said straight out, oh, yeah, I want to be Mrs. WrestleMania. No. You earned that title.
Right.
And the streak is something that was one person's thing. Lost it to me, not the right person, but that's debatable. And that's it. You know, The Undertaker did that. That was a one-time deal. Because the more you start being like, well, this person had a streak, it's just null and void after that. The streak was the streak.
Right. But she's also saying, also didn't say, I have the streak, I will be, or I'll never get, she's saying, I want it. So saying that you want it and that you want, because you want to be Mrs. is different than saying, I am this and I have this. You know what I mean?
Right. But again,
and I also didn't watch it because I was I had to mull over a lot of night 2 to understand, everything about it. The IC championship, I think
oh, it's crap. I'm over this Gunther shit.
I still would have put it on Sheamus, because he deserves to be a Grand Slam champ, in my opinion.
Oh, he absolutely does. And I knew once they involved Drew that it wasn't.
I thought that's how they were gonna keep Gunther big, and then fully turn Drew, because he hits, like, Drew gets hit with something, and then what's his name? Sheamus comes in and hits him with the kick, knocks Gunther out of the ring, and then pins Drew.
Yeah.
And then he gets the title, and it keeps Gunther big. All he did was just get knocked out of the way. He didn't technically lose, and then it gives you your way to turn Drew, and then you have the two of them go at it for the IC title all the way until, you could carry that to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You could even have another match, or inject another person like, I don't know, Killer Cross or somebody else who's awesome and big and can hang with those guys. Those are 3 big heavy hitters. I'm also just, when they had their match at, what was it? When the two of them had that insane match, was it Clash at the Castle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when they had that, when it was literally the entire match was just chops, and everyone was like, this is the most insane IC match I've ever seen. I'm like, to me, just like the fact that Gunther is just a heavy hitter, like he likes to hit hard, like that's not a special thing to me. You know what I mean?
No.
To me, I don't care about my fellow workers. You know what I mean? I like 1 or 2 good chops is insane. You know what I mean? Or like you bounce somebody and you hit them with a good enough chop to knock them like down. Like that's your big thing. But if your whole entire match is chop after chop after chop to where you have somebody who's the size of Sheamus who's bleeding from the chest, it's unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like I like the idea of the whole ring general thing, and I just don't like. I don't like the style of wrestling. It's the same thing I didn't like about Shinsuke Nakamura. I didn't like.
What happened to him?
I don't know. I think he just bounced. I don't like the whole like strong style thing. It's like no, you're literally just throwing elbows, knees, and feet into everything. It's like, oh, it's the strong style. Like, no, it's just wild elbows, punches, knees, and kicks. Like your entire style is that. It's not really a style, and it's the same thing with like the guy knows plenty of moves. Like, it doesn't just because he's big, and he has humongous hands. He doesn't need to be chopping people open. It's to me, it's crazy.
Well, and another thing for me goes back again on, did he deserve that title in the first place? He wasn't on the main roster for that long, and then he gets handed this title, and now he's had it for a long time. And again, like you might have done the work in NXT.
Yeah, he's big enough, and he's big enough and tough enough to mostly always win it solo. He doesn't have Imperium doesn't help him a lot of the times. And that's fine.
No, I'm just saying like
so that's cool, and I'm trying to get behind it a little bit more. And this match was a little bit better, but you had 3 guys instead of doing like the same style moves and all that. Here's what I have to say about Roman retaining. I wasn't behind Cody quite. I've been ready for Roman to lose it, but I wasn't ready for Cody to take it because, and it's not. I'm not saying it's not Cody's time as a person, as a worker, it was more of as a character, I would say. People are saying, "Oh, he didn't earn it. He didn't." I'm not saying that. Is when you tell the story that they told over the past year that had to do with Sammy, and then Sammy again gets then taken into the tag. It felt like consolation.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like consolation once they won. It didn't.
No, yeah.
It now it's like, okay, these two are now on the top of the tag world, period. It's amazing. But because Cody came back and he was like, it was the second to last or the last entrant.
He was 30.
Yeah. So and then he comes back and he wins it, and it almost feels shoehorned. You know what I mean? Like, well, of course it's him, and is it like the second he lost, I was like, now I want Cody to win it. Now Cody deserves it. How they handle it from there is the most important part. Is Cody going to get one or both? Is there going to be a split? What are they doing with it? But they need to get to that point, and they need to do it correctly.
Yeah.
And having Brock say he's going to team with you and then F5 you and then beat the crap out of you is not, it's not the way to go.
Which that was all changed last minute too.
Right.
That I've been reading now. So here's my thing. I'm sick of Roman. I'm sick of the bloodline. I hate it all. I would have given anything for Hornswoggle to beat him just to get Roman the hell out of here for a while. I personally think it should have been Sammy winning it at Royal Rumble, and then, or no, what was the last match? Or what was the last pay-per-view? What pay-per-view did Sammy go against Roman?
Elimination Chamber.
He should have won that because, honestly, personally, myself, I think a Sammy and Cody program for a little bit would be really cool.
Would be amazing.
I think they would
those two
work
at SummerSlam
great together.
A SummerSlam match between those two, it sells itself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Take the money.
Have Sammy win it in Elimination Chamber. Have them go back and forth, couple matches here and there. Cody keeps losing it. Yeah, go to like SummerSlam, and then perfect right then and there. Have Cody win it because Sammy deserves it. Cody will deserve it. Roman, it's just old. Because now the question is, when will it happen? Are we going to have to endure another 3 or 4 months of this Roman crap?
Right.
Because I am truly sick of it. I don't hate the dude as like a human being because I guarantee he's probably one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. But the character, the storyline, it's just, I hate long title reigns.
Right.
Because you almost get to a point where he's going to win. There's no excitement to this.
But so then even last night when he's telling him like you couldn't beat me, you had to do it, and then Roman's acting like he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's great. That's real heat. He's like, no. You see Roman, he's like, no, it wasn't even close. Yeah, of course it was close. You were gonna lose. And all your cousins had to come out and help you. One that got ejected had to come back out and help you, and they had to keep getting all the same. But what needs to happen, okay? And I'm gonna say this before I'm gonna run all the commercials because we kept talking so long. I forgot to run them all individually, and I just had to reload 2 of them because for some reason this doesn't like to stay. Is given how they ran everything with, Jay and Sammy didn't end up together. It was they took the tag titles from them. The Usos don't need them back. They need to be berated about it, and then everything needs to come down to
everybody turning on Roman.
Once he loses it, they need to turn on him. And it needs to be Jay first, and Jay, he should be yelling at Jay, and then Jay just turns and super kicks him, and then he goes to he grabs Jay, and then he turns, and then Jimmy super kicks him for grabbing Jay, and then they both super kick him, and then he goes to get back up, and when I say everybody turns on him, I mean everybody has to turn on him, because then Solo has to grab him by the hair while he's still on his knees, grab him by the hair and hold the thumb up and be ready to do it, and then look at Paul, and Paul has to be in pure distress, just head down, hand like this, this, and he needs to look and then be and then Solo gives him the move, hits him with it. And then that's it. And he's left alone. And then he gets his time off. But that's how the bloodline has to end. That's how it has.
Oh, yeah. But I think
there's no other way for that to happen.
I think the perfect, whatever you want to call it, poetic justice, since he has never won a match clean, Roman.
I think he has.
No, he has not. I think every match he's won has been dirty.
Even if he just pulls the dirty by himself, it's dirty.
It's still a dirty match to me. So what should happen is whatever. So I like the berating thing. Obviously, that he is going to go after the Usos for losing and da. So what I hope happens, because we obviously we can't get away from it at this point in time, is yes, like we were talking the one day, he berates them and whatever and just pisses them off. I want to see it happen at the pay-per-view, though. I don't want to see him lose the belt, then them turn on him. I want to see him lose dirty because he always won dirty. So have them, somebody distracted, and then have Jay and Jimmy come out and double super kick him. Have Heyman distracting the ref. Have Solo come out and spike him. And have Cody win it. Right. Because then he lost the way he always won. Everybody got their revenge on him if he treats them like crap over the next couple of months until whenever this may happen. And, so it's just kind of a, everything comes full circle to him. Right. All the times you screwed everybody, all the times your cousins this and Paul and this and whatever, you get it back.
Because if none of them come out to help, and then he loses, then it's like the proof, you know what I mean? And then he's yelling at all of them, you didn't come out and help me, now I lost, and and then it's just What do you mean? Like, we helped you win every other time. You couldn't hold on to this one time. You know what I mean? And then it gets to be like a real argument. Like, no, we didn't come out. You're supposed to be the head of the table. You couldn't handle this without us.
I don't even think that should happen. I think they should do it at the pay-per-view. He loses, he's done. You don't see him for a while.
No
interaction like afterwards.
He should lose at that. Like, I'm saying, like, all that shit, he should lose. And then just like how it happened at Rumble, all that drama happens at the end. You get that big payoff at the end. It's like Cody wins and gets his time, and then like Roman comes, and Roman's mad and he's like trashing stuff and he's like, where were you? Da, da, da. And then all that drama happens. And yes, is it going to overshadow his win a little bit? Sure. But
it'll be worth it.
But it'll be worth it because one of the, if Roman's going to leave, that drama needs to be the big payoff of the night, because you're going to continue to have Cody as the champion. He's going to be in your face, and he's going to have the championship. He's going to be doing this. He's going to be doing, you know what I mean? So that drama, that end of that entire storyline needs to be the big focus, and it needs to be the thing that happens at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For everyone to get that satisfaction.
Oh, yeah.
It's because it's going to be so great. I'm going to run these commercials.
Pay the bills.
Yeah.
Do you need some screen printing done? How about some vinyl work? Don't worry, we got you covered. Head on down to Seasonal Sports on University Boulevard in Whitesboro for all your vinyl and screen printing needs. Seasonal Sports, University Boulevard, Whitesboro.
Hi, this is Craig Palmer. If you ever aspire to be a wrestler, come on down to Upstate Wrestling Entertainment, located at 1121 Glenwood Avenue in Niagara, New York. We're open every Tuesday and Thursday from 6:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. Come on down and join us. See you then.
Come visit 16 Stone with 2 locations, the original in Holland Patton and the second location in Utica, with handcrafted beer and seltzers, 50-cent wings on Wednesdays in the Utica location. Wine and Whiskey Club every Wednesday. Check out their full brewpub menu on their website, Facebook, and Instagram. Protein shakes also available at the Utica location. Come visit 16 Stone.
And we're back. So the one thing we do have to go back, because I have to say, out of all of WrestleMania weekend, this was one of the best saves ever. And all the credit goes to Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Him and The Miz.
I don't know if anyone said anything to him, or if he's just like, nah, homie, I've been watching wrestling my whole life. Shane just blew his knee out. Let me go save this moment. I don't know if anyone said anything that. But
I guarantee they did.
That was one of the smoothest saves I've ever seen.
Because first of all, every time,
especially by a non-wrestler.
Yeah,
he's not a wrestler.
No, but every time that he was like, my bad, I'm like, well, here comes Bad Bunny. That was my first immediate thought. That, okay, well, they're going to bring Bad Bunny out. He was there the night before. Not interfered, but he took that chain from Dom. But every time he was like, he's like, you're bad, you're, whatever. I was like, oh, here comes Bad Bunny. So when Shane's music hit, I was genuinely shocked. I was like, all right, man. And then
Shane O'Mac.
When I give him credit because he always wants to perform at the top of his ability.
Can't knock him.
But you're also in your 50s.
Yeah.
At least, I would guess off the top of my head.
I think he's
got to be in his
nearing
50s,
50.
yeah.
But he's also like, it's like, there's other people in their, even wrestling in their 50s pulling off like big moves, but it's like, but they're also constant wrestlers.
Well, that's the thing.
He doesn't do that. He trains martial arts. We know that.
Yeah.
Are you looking up how he is?
He actually he suffered a torn quad.
It's the McMahon quads, man.
And he is 53 years old.
He is 53.
Yep.
He's older, right? He's older than stuff?
I believe so, yeah. But yep, so that's what it was. This was just, Sports Illustrated put out like a day ago.
Yeah. It's those McMahon quads, man.
Yep.
They always go at the worst moment.
But yes, so for Snoop Dogg to have, because first of all, let's be honest, There was no way at any point in time Snoop Dogg was sober during anything throughout the whole weekend.
So have the wherewithal.
So, to have the wherewithal as Snoop Dogg to grab that mic, start talking shit,
and then just punch Miz in the face
twice, give him, albeit the worst people's elbow ever, but still, to give him...
The rope bounces were terrible,
yeah.
But the elbow itself wasn't too bad. The still of him up in the air like that is pretty sweet.
Here's my question, too, actually. Who got those glasses and how much did they cost? Because Snoop Dogg ain't wearing fake shit. So those glasses, and he probably realized, again, probably,
I would have punched a kid for those glasses.
Probably in Snoop fashion, not even thinking about it. Took those shades off and just tossed them, and was probably like, "Oh man, those are like $10,000 glasses."
The Snoop's not worrying about it.
But no, I have to say,
Snoop has a fully employed blunt roller. This guy makes like $60K to hang out with Snoop and roll blunts. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
so that I have to say was one of the, not obviously night one was awesome, whatever. But that, would I say like match of the year? No, but man, save of the century.
Save of the century?
Absolutely.
100%.
Snoop Dogg is that. And I know when he went back there, everybody was
the next best save of all time was when they had the idiocy to put the Ball, when the Ball family was on.
Oh, yeah.
And Miz came out and saved that.
Yes.
Because, like, what the father was like, just like took his shirt off and was like doing
just,
like martial arts. And Miz just came out and saved it because he's the Miz and he can just turn any promo into just pure gold. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was
the other best save of all time.
We also forgot friggin' Edge and Finn.
Oh, we did forget Edge and Finn. You know why we forgot Edge and Finn? Because it was kind of forgettable.
It was sad because I was like, okay. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, Gangrel is in L.A. Gangrel is out there." I'm like, "Oh, that'll be awesome." Obviously, we all know he's a free agent. That'd be so cool, especially if he got involved. Like, have him just wander around, and then at one point in time, have Finn like slammed up against the thing, and he spits the blood at him.
Spits the blood, hits him with the Impaler DDT.
Yeah,
it would have been great.
And that's the other thing too is when they kept, they mentioned him a lot. And it's like, usually you don't do that unless somebody's going to appear from somewhere.
That was a Vince call?
Probably. But he was even Brood Edge, and I always love when Finn is the demon. I love to see what paint
but they even crapped on that. Like it was too purple.
Yes.
I understand that purple and black are their colors, but it was too purple.
But then to give them the smoke things, it just,
I don't know.
I will say, though, to get hit in the head with a ladder, to get gashed like that, to have people come out, numb your head, give you staples on the spot, and then you finish that match, that's insane.
Yeah. Oh, no, I give it to him. I give it to him. That was crazy. And I just think it's crazy that it happened the way it happened because he had his hands up.
Yeah.
His hands just happened to perfectly go through the thing and just completely covered, got hit by that. And
did you see the picture of that?
His head?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sent that.
Did I?
Somebody did.
Yeah.
You did or Joe did.
That was nasty.
It's gnarly. So, yeah, I mean, I give it to him. I still just think the Judgment Day is missing something. And what it's missing is a true behind-the-scenes leader.
Yeah.
And there's zero reason.
Do they need to bring back that laptop?
God, no. God. There's zero reason that they shouldn't add in one or two more people, like, I don't know, Killer Cross. Cross would be awesome in Judgment Day. Especially if you're gonna beef them up, have a few more people, start doing some crazy stuff, put somebody like Cross in there. But maybe, or you're gonna have Scarlett in there, so that you already have like another female. So you have Cross, maybe add another person in there too, and then you have somebody who is on your payroll for the rest of their life. Somebody who's had a dark persona their entire career. There's zero reason the Undertaker shouldn't be ruling Judgment Day. And no, go do this. You go do this. You go take that belt. You go take that belt. Take these belts.
Just kind of done.
Go do that.
Not done with wrestling, but I think he's just at probably the point in his life where he's probably like, oh my God, like, I don't want to do anything anymore, but it's like, you think the dude probably just wants to live his life now,
But like, he's under contract to go do whatever, like, you know what I mean? If he's under a lifetime contract he can't go anywhere, he can't do anything. It's got to be WWE. What you can't? You're telling me you can't rule? You can't be the behind the scenes force for Judgment Day? That you're telling me like you tell me that wouldn't make it better? That it wouldn't instantly make it better?
It would, but then.
And everyone needs to be used correctly because they need to start doing the right stuff with the titles again. And
so here's my thing.
Cruiserweight. They need to bring the Cruiserweight Classic back and. And then they have the belt, and Finn should be rolling with that, and just become the greatest cruiserweight champion of all time. Have that belt. Have Priest.
Finn
Priest
deserves
is freaking huge, dude.
Finn deserves.
Did you?
Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
No.
Finn deserves that Universal Championship back that he got in the first place.
He's always been tall and skinny like a big guy, but he just took his jacket off, and I haven't really he got beefed. Dude.
Yeah, obviously, probably taking something.
Woo! He got
because
quick, dude.
Yeah,
man.
But no, Finn deserves more than the cruiserweight. Finn is above the cruiserweight. Finn deserves the damn Universal title back that he won in the first place. That Seth screwed him on and hurt him, and then never got a chance to do anything after that.
And he also hurt. I think
Sting.
I think Seth Rollins. I feel is the reason we never got. Sting versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, and that's why I harbor a certain dislike for him. Where I'm like, no, he's great in the ring, and he's great this, he's great that, but there's just part of me that where like I'm never been a huge Seth guy, and I think that's why.
Yeah,
he ruined that run. He ruined, and I feel like he ruined our chances.
Yes,
of getting that match up.
And then Raw was a complete disaster.
Vincenzo was making lots of.
He was in charge of it all. He was literally in charge of the whole thing. He was changing stuff last minute.
Audibles.
Yep. If anybody else was watching, I know you didn't get a chance to watch, but Seth Rollins came out. They went to commercial. Seth Rollins, they came back. Everybody was singing a song, and he left. He didn't talk. I saw then fan video during the commercial of production talking to him and him looking a little pissed and grabbing the mic and whatever. So obviously they must have come out last minute and they're like, hey, no, we're nixing whatever the hell we were going to do. They were going to do a match for like a little tournament to see who was going to be the next person next woman for the title. And they scrapped that and did the tag team. They did a tag team tournament instead to see who is going to be the next ones to go after the tag team titles. I know you're not a fan. I enjoy him. Riddle came back.
I'm just not.
He looks healthier. And that's actually what I was happy to see is that I'm glad that whatever problems or whatever he was dealing with, that he obviously has gotten help. And it's like when Mox came back. You could blatantly see the difference. He looked healthier. He looked more, I hate to be like more like a human, but he looked a lot better. Riddle looked like I don't want to say put on weight like he was fat, but it looked like he just gained stuff and looked like more of a healthy human being. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've gotten used to him. Obviously, I'm partial to him because he's a stoner, and it's amusing.
I don't even dislike him. It's almost like I nothing it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know what it is.
But
I can't put my finger on it. There's just like people come along where like I don't like them and I can't ever put like a finger on it. And then I don't know. A lot of times you end up finding out that somebody I didn't like ended up being like some like serial sex abuser. Like for like what's his name? Kevin Spacey is a phenomenal actor, probably one of the best actors like to ever act. But for some reason, I didn't like him. There was something about him I didn't like. And then, and you can ask people, before it came out, I'm like, I don't know what it is. For some reason, I just don't like Kevin Spacey. And it turns out he was comes the same thing with Matt Lauer. I'm like, I don't know why. I just don't like Matt Lauer's face. I don't like it. Turns out he's has a freaking the door locking button on his desk, to trap women in his thing. Like, yeah, it turns out. So I don't know. Maybe he's done something like that and it hasn't come to light yet, or I don't know. So,
well, I think, there must be just this, he's just who he is. A lot of crap happened, and there's a lot of other things. I won't go down the road, which I hate, of people that get accused of stuff and then get lose their whole career without actual proof of it ever happening.
Without proof, yeah, that's garbage.
And I feel like, I didn't ever hear
garbage
about the whole Matt Lauer door locking thing. I don't know if that was something one of his victims said.
Yeah, no, it came to light with like multiple people.
Okay. But a lot of it was just a lot of, and it's all across the board. It's not just that situation and that whole thing. It's just a lot of like that person was accused of that.
I don't even know if he was accused. I'm just saying there's something about Riddle that.
Well, there was something.
I'm not fantastic. I'm not big on him.
When he was still there, after Randy was out, he was kind of feuding with somebody, and they kept bringing up. Oh, it was Rollins. Rollins kept bringing up his family. Right. How he can't see his kids and his wife and and all that stuff. So if that was true, was there something behind it? Was it, an addiction, and that's what he's gotten fixed, and, this, that, and the other thing. The other thing I did see was Saturday night, somebody happened to be driving and saw Bray Wyatt driving in the area of California and L.A. and shit, and asked him, hey, man, why weren't you at Mania? And he... and I don't know if just Bray Wyatt being Bray. Oh, my Mania's tomorrow night. It's very quiet, but if you really listen to the video, the kid, you can hear him say that. He's like, my Mania's tomorrow night, bro. And then nothing. Lashley.
I'm still not huge on 2 nights. To me, it feels like 2 different events.
They're trying, because they're trying, and that's true. And with 2 nights, they try too hard. Mm-hmm. And then you get these matches that you're like, oh, that was stupid.
We get certain matches that we don't need. Like we don't need the showcase matches.
No, I don't even know where those came from. Again, to me, that's just filler. That was just, hey, we need to fill stuff.
Mm-hmm. We don't need filler. Every match can be a banger.
No, that's the thing. You don't need filler, because the more filler you put in, you're taking away from potential matches, potential storylines, potential feuds. You're just filling it with just a bunch of crap. Yeah. But yeah, no, we're going to see how it is with Vince back around. I think it's going to revert right back to what it was. Obviously, as much as people are like, well, he's not in creative. Obviously,
he needs to go.
Yeah. And he's not going to now, and that's what sucks. The other thing I don't want to see, we were talking this before the show, is I don't want to see a crossover between WWE and UFC.
Nope.
I don't want to see any of that crap. I don't want to see, somebody randomly pop up after a UFC event and jump in the squares. I don't want to see any of that. But Heyman has already started it. He put out a tweet, if people didn't see, tagging McGregor, saying he is a Roman Reigns wannabe, with McGregor replying saying, watch your mouth, Grandpa, or I'll break your jaw in 3 places. So they've already started doing this shit. And you want to be owned by the same company, that's cool. No problems. Obviously, I can't make that decision anyway. They are 2 completely different types of sports.
Yeah.
And you know what? I understand Brock, and I understand Baszler is a MMA.
She was, yeah.
Who else was there?
Rousey, obviously.
Rousey, yep. Which she can go back to that. She's a worthless wrestler. She can't talk on the mic, and she's just bad at wrestling. But, I just don't want to see that. And I see the writing on the wall is probably it's going to happen. But, man, I really just don't want to see that crossover. It doesn't need to happen. We don't need it. So. There's enough problems in WWE without having UFC fighters coming along. And, especially McGregor, man, great fighter, don't get me wrong. But he's just the most cocky, arrogant MFer out there.
He is. But, all right, man. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Joe, we miss you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody in a while. So.
Yeah. So we'll see everybody next week, and hit up all our sponsors. They make the show happen. Tell them that we sent you. All right?
Listen to Todd Time.
Listen to Todd Time.
92.7 The Drive. It's the best radio station in town.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
And you can stream it, too.
All right.
See you guys later.
See everybody.
Sports entertainment, it's the real to you, damn it, you support us your favorite. Talking AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, and all the greatest. Your top 5 dead or alive, the broader stages, like WrestleMania, holding it all out. NXT takeover, what the business about. Putting fans in the stands and the millions at home. Like The Rock versus Stone Cold, we're stealing the show. Wrestle Fandom Radio and Disruption Every time we're live at local shows and it's a bonus. We're family friendly, all the growing ups and kids condone us. We're dedicated to bringing you all the top news. Ain't no dirt sheet, this ain't rhetoric, we do not snooze. No speculation, we're just bringing them facts. Ain't no storyline of fiction when I spit on these tracks. It's Wrestle Fandom Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping with your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. It's Wrestle Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping with your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. It's Wrestle Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping with your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go